I don't know if you saw the Seinfeld episode with where Newman and Kramer were playing Risk, uh, but I don't think Kramer trusted Newman. Risk can be a long game, and it involves a board with a ton of different pieces, and or a ton of different little pieces that are armies. But Kramer never trusted Newman not to cheat while the game was during a pause or during a break. So he'd bring the board back into his apartment and out of Newman's because he knew Newman would cheat. But anyway, one of the countries in Risk is the Ukraine. And I think Kramer had Newman's army surrounded. Sorry for those that don't watch it or don't care, but you don't have to watch. In the Ukraine, and he goes, "Oh, the Ukraine is weak." And by the way, they moved the game to an L train or a subway in New York, and they were playing on the subway. And for anybody that's ever played Risk, you can't move a board of Risk around because you got like 2,000 little tiny pieces that are armies all over the board, and if you bump it, they're going to shift and slide from Asia to Europe or whatever. So you couldn't move it, but that's what kind of made it funny. And they were playing on the subway, and Newman had retreated back to the Ukraine, and Kramer in his deepest kind of, I don't know, Eastern European voice goes, "Oh, the Ukraine is weak." There's a guy on the subway with a big furry hat. I always call it a babushka. I don't know what the furry hat's really called in real life, but a big furry hat. And he goes, "I'm from the Ukraine. The Ukraine is not weak." And then came and slammed his fist on the board, shattering the whole game. And that's my story about Seinfeld, the Ukraine, and subways in New York City.